Hi friends, welcome back into my home here at Mark's Minis, where I am super excited to be talking with Sam Curran. Sam is a class of miniature painter I like to call a new master. He was in hiatus for many years, came out of nowhere, and has been crushing it in competition. So let's talk with Sam directly and get his amazing story and also get a rundown of the classes he's going to be teaching at KublaCon, our local game convention. Enjoy! Go ahead, lay it on us, buddy.
Okay. So, like most of us, I played Warhammer when I was 10, 12 years old, and I painted back then, and then I really wanted to be cool, so I stopped doing that when I was,
I know your
14.
type.
And you know what? I didn't become cool.
Ah,
Yeah, I did. I turned
sometimes
to
it
World of
doesn't work like
Warcraft,
that.
which was like the
Oh,
opposite direction.
that's funny.
So then I sold all of my minis to probably buy beer in college.
Mm,
And 15, 20 years went by.
wow.
And I really loved it. And the other thing was at the time I was suffering from a chronic injury. I had a chronic
Mm,
repetitive stress disorder, which basically made me disabled. Like I was on disability leave from work.
wow.
Um, I couldn't do anything without being in pain, like open doorknobs or tie my shoes, or I couldn't read a book or watch TV sitting down.
Wow.
Couldn't play video games for sure. But
Oh,
it turned
wow.
out the only thing where I wasn't in pain was sitting at my desk with my elbows on the desk. I think because the elbows took the weight off of my back and gave my spine a break, because that's where all the nerves run through the spine.
Mm.
And not only did I not feel in pain, but afterward I would be pain resistant for a while.
Oh, okay.
So like,
Therapeutic.
yeah, yeah. So this hobby saved me. Not only was it fun, it took the pain away. Yeah.
Wow. At some point, you got invited to be an instructor at KublaCon. So
Yeah.
give us a lead up on that story. How did somebody talk to somebody who talked to you go down?
Well, I went to KublaCon last year
Mm-hmm.
and I entered the painting competition.
Ah,
I got a silver in the masters category. It
wow.
was
Right off
the
the bat?
Yeah. But
Brr.
I put in probably 300 hours on that miniature.
Oh, my.
So yeah, yeah. Um, so I'm really proud of that
Yeah,
win.
but first time
Uh,
out, it's sweet.
yeah. And I just met a bunch of people there.
Mm-hmm.
I met judges, I met the fellow painters. A couple of those painters I had met at LVO, Las Vegas Open.
Sure.
Um, so I kind of just started integrating into the community.
Mm-hmm.
I joined the Facebook group and I joined eventually the Discord. Um, and I started hanging out with Michael a lot,
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of one of the leaders of the group. And we
Yes,
started quite.
that's Michael Kleiman, and I have a link to our interview that we did previously up here. At some point, he asked you, "Are you ready to become an instructor?"
Yeah, and I said, "No, I'm not ready."
Oh my.
Um, because there's a lot of really talented mini painters,
Sure.
who are teaching. It's an intimidating. Uh-oh,
You
we
guys?
got someone else.
Hey, we have an unexpected guest.
Am I cracking,
Hello.
or are you guys just hanging out and painting, or are you guys doing a?
I'm
We're doing
recording I'm recording an interview, David, but you're welcome to
I thought you guys were just hanging out
to
in the
jump
voice
in.
chat. So, well, hi. Sorry to crash the interview.
David.
I will. I'll let you guys get back to it. All right. Well, you guys enjoy. I'll catch you all later.
Yeah, that's
Right.
hysterical. Thanks for popping in, David. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
And oh, by the
Bye.
way, if you want to see my interview with David Powell, I have a link for it right here.
All right.
Take care, man.
Catch you later, guys.
No, this is too much fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said no. I'm too new to this hobby to join
Sure.
this this elite cohort of painters, which include Dave Powell and Matt DiPietro and David
Mhm.
Diamond Stone and Michael and others. And I thought, there's what can I teach that one of these guys can't teach way better.
Mhm.
But then I started to think about it. It's not about me trying to show off. And I thought, what is missing from the offering?
That's an
Um,
interesting way to look at it. Mhm.
Yeah, and I thought, like, what's gonna be fun for people and for maybe people who haven't been painting for a long time or have just been painting and wanna branch out a little bit. So
Hmm.
that's why I thought about doing a basing and diorama course.
Sweet.
Um, and also I'm really cheap, so I was like, how can I, when I make dioramas, I look for stuff in my yard and around the
Hmm.
house.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So the course is all about how to, like, do this with stuff around the house. So you don't have to buy stuff, you don't have to wait for shipping, you can just go and make a base today.
I got a little bit of a basing practice there, but it'd be really fun to take a class and see how I could elevate that and make some bases that are going to be really interesting. One thing I like about a really interesting base is it will distract your eye away from your paint job that maybe is not so great, right? So, most of my friends are intermediate or beginning painters,
Uh-huh.
and I always say, do a good job on the base because, you'll make the whole piece look better.
I agree, yeah. I think the base is a huge storytelling element. That's how you put your miniature in environment, and you can connect that with the sculpt of the miniature as well. The plan is to do 2 parts. It's gonna be very hands-on.
Mhm.
I'm basically gonna bring all of I have this big box of crap from my house, um, of, like, sticks and cork and rock and
Right on.
bits and chains and all this junk that I've, like, picked up from the side of the road and stuff.
Awesome.
My prize find is I found a scale model kit of a tank,
Mhm.
just on the side of the road,
Wow.
and, I cut that up to make junkyards. I'm gonna bring a
Nice.
bunch of minis where I showed how I made that, and, like, they look so cool, and it's just, like, it's so easy.
Hey, you just gave me an idea because I was gifted a bunch of old plastic model kits, some of them not very good condition. It was from an estate
Yep,
sale, but they didn't sell. No one wants, right, old plastic kits, especially if they're
yep,
in dubious condition or just super dusty. They can be terrain bits, my friend.
yep.
Mhm.
There you go, you're probably set you could do an army's worth from those kits.
Oh yeah, and I have a couple of those kits are like tall masted sailing ships, like the USS
Oh, cool.
Constitution. How
Yeah, yeah,
great
yeah.
how great it would be to make, like, shipwreck parts on a base.
Oh my god, yeah, you could do sand, and you could do, like, a pirate like a stranded pirate army. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, parts is parts, I love it. Great
Yeah.
idea.
Um, so yeah, part of the first part of the class is just gonna be, like, encouraging everyone to go crazy with all the bits and the glue and just make something. Um, and I'll come up with some examples, some ideas, some techniques to share.
Mhm.
And then the second part is I'm gonna have stuff pre-made and show some quick and easy ways to paint it up, using dry brush, oil paints, pigments, stuff like that.
Yeah, nice because, a lot of people are painting for armies, so, it's like, "Oh, I need 10 bases that are, like, from this world that has acid or from this really dry place or from this really swampy place," you know, I need them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's, like, a lot of rust effects and stuff like that, and I think largely those can be replaced for the majority of use cases with just some oil paints, some cheap oils, and a little bit of mineral spirits.
"Oh, you use
Um,
oil paints, terrific. That's gonna be part of
yep,
your class?"
yep, I'm gonna bring those
Awesome.
in because probably a lot of people are afraid of them, and I want to
Yes.
kind of demystify this for people.
Yeah, please do because all my friends are at least oil paint curious for sure, and a lot of them probably are doing oil washes now on their miniatures
Hmm.
because it's almost a mainstream practice now. A lot of top creators in my space are putting oil washes as part of their main process, even for competition pieces. So it's not
Yep.
just a speed paint thing; it can be a serious quality improvement thing too, as well.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
especially for terrain, I was just talking with AJ, and AJ, it's oil paints are really huge for the historical modelers, the historical
Hmm.
plastic modelers, doing tanks, the grime on the wheels, the dust effects, a lot of oil paint action in that area.
Yep. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, and they're great for basing because you can just go. You can just put them on super fast, and you can put them on thick, and then you add a texture with the paint itself, which can be pretty interesting.
That seems like fun
Um,
already.
Yeah, there's some things that you can't find around the house. I would say tufts are one.
Sure.
Um, so I'm a fan of buying tufts. It's also fun to buy tufts.
That's true.
Um, Pigments, like the pigment powders, I
Mhm.
think are pretty cool, and those there's no replacement for. And then also like anything leafy, like if you want to make plants, like that is, I don't even know how you'd try to do that at home.
I do
Really
have
hard.
from the historical stuff. I got a little bag of little. I think they're maple leaves, actually, little
Yep.
tiny cut out little maple leaves, and I like to throw them in there now and then, sparingly. It's
Yep.
kind of fun, but yeah, how would I make those myself? Don't know. Don't know.
Well, you can buy a punch, then you can punch them out yourself. I have one of those. But, you gotta, your thumb's gonna get tired pretty soon,
Sure.
especially if you're doing a whole encampment. But you
Oh,
can
and
take like oregano or something like that.
oh, that's an interesting idea.
But it's not maple.
How would you assess the effect of the 3D printing and the STL market that's been exploding in the last year? How do you think that's going to affect the physical green stuff sculpting hobby?
Well, that's a good question. I think probably most people who are doing green stuff are doing conversions, for which it's a little bit more challenging to print exactly what you need. People are going to use green stuff to connect a limb or connect some sort of mechanical thing.
Mhm.
I don't think that's going to be touched too much. Then, for the people who sculpt minis,
Mhm.
I think they don't do it because it's easy. They do it because it's fun. It's a whole new set of skills and challenges and bridges to traditional artwork. So I imagine they're going to still going to want to keep doing that.
Interesting. Right on. We will touch base again next year, my friend, and we'll see
Let's
how the
Yeah,
world has changed in that year.
let's see if I eat my words. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this bust is interesting because I
Hmm.
won it last year at the Kubla Khan. It had a social media raffle.
Oh, cool.
So it was on Instagram. You like the post, you share it, and I was the only person who did it, so I won the bust.
Oh my man, I missed out on the bust. I could have had that thing.
Yep. And it sat on my pile of opportunity for 10 months, and now I'm painting it again for ReaperCon, or sorry, for Kubla Khan.
Excellent.
But it is the Reaper Angelica Fairweather bust.
Sweet.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I started off. I actually resculpted this with
Hmm.
green stuff. I changed the face, like
No
the mouth and the
kidding.
chin, and I put a big scar over her eye.
Oh,
Um,
kudos, dude.
yeah, I kind of want to go away from in the miniature hobby. There's like usually like the sexy female character.
Sure.
She's in a hobby world, but she's like kind of sexy and vulnerable.
Hmm.
I want to make her like much tougher and like battle worn. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. Also, your art will stand apart because when a really nice product like this bust comes out, and Reaper being a big company, you'll see a lot of them around the internet. Oh, I painted this bust, and everyone will have their color scheme and their take on it. But
Yep.
when people see yours, they're gonna be like, oh wow, that's different. It's got a scar, got a different look,
Maybe,
right?
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, and I think those are my 3 things that are probably essential purchases.
You probably use static grass, I'm gonna guess. You like static grass?
I've never used static grass because
No
I don't
kidding.
have an applicator.
Heretic.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. I
Yeah.
thought almost
So
everyone in my space has a little tin of the army painter static grass, the really vivid stuff. I see that everywhere, especially for fantasy models.
no, I don't have it because I
No kidding.
don't I want it all to point up like grass, but I don't have one of those static grass applicators.
As long as we're talking static grass, would you say is something to be avoided if you're going into competition? Do people like not want to see static grass in competition?
I wouldn't say that. No,
Okay.
I think you have to be thoughtful about how you use it, and
Mm.
you can't just, like, dump it on there. Um,
Yeah.
you know? Like, you'd want it to look like grass. Yeah.
Sure. I would be remiss if I didn't point out that one of the top manufacturers of tufts is the Army Painter. Thanks,
Yep,
Army Painter.
yep. Yeah, they make some great tufts. I've got a bunch of those.
Mhm.
I've gone through many, many packages. Yeah.
Mhm. We're friends with ReaperCon too. We like to promote them. Hi,
Yep.
ReaperCon. I'm gonna visit you someday. It's on my bucket list.
Same here.
See?
I'm here.
Cool, my friend. Well, Sam, that's about all the time we have. Thanks so much for chatting with me. It's been a huge pleasure. Looking forward to see how you do at KublaCon in your first instruction activity at KublaCon, being an instructor. So excited to go to KublaCon. I'm going to be binging on classes. It's going to be a lot of fun. KublaCon, great family event, great for kids. Burlingame, California. Tickets are already on sale, and tickets for painting classes are filling up fast. So get on the webs and get on it right now. Sam, thanks again, buddy. It was a blast, and I look forward to talking to you soon. And good luck with your class, buddy. Good luck on your first time instructing on a painting class.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I'm so
That's
excited
awesome.
excited to teach, excited to learn from the students, for the competition, for the community, for the paint take, for all the board games. It's gonna be fun to all get together. Yeah.
Cool.
Wait.
Right on, buddy. Take care. Ciao.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.